The year was 1954. With their sturdy, broken-down microphones, they were headed for greatness in the American West. Jack and Ron in the morning. If you don't laugh like this, you're probably normal.
The following entertainment special contains mature subject matter. Parents may consider some of the program content unsuitable for children. Parental discretion is advised.
It's the bad boys of radio. Here's Jack and Ron.
Oh yeah, ready with another podcast just for you.
It sounds like when they say, if you don't laugh like this, it sounds like you're going over a cliff.
I know, it sounds quite frightening. Perfect for the Halloween month of October.
Yes.
It is. It's Jack and Ron. Jack Dam Elliott, Ron Dam Williams. So excited to be doing another podcast for you. And, of course, we've got a lot of things going on, a lot of things to cover this morning. We're going to be talking about a news story involving Dr. Michael Dick. We've got some email, sleazy, trashy showbiz report, and a bunch of other things.
Well, just look what's going on right outside of your front door. If you're watching television, all of the weird stuff that's happening there. A little bit later on, I have only one comment to make.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try not to get too far up on that soapbox, but there are some comments forthcoming. Meanwhile, we got to congratulate our winner this week of a certificate good for a pizza at Louis Grill and Bar, and also a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. Chad Lunsford is our winner today. Chad's a great guy. Yeah, Chad's done an awful lot. He's followed this show for years, ever since he was just a little squirt. Mom would take him to play school or preschool, and he'd be listening, and now he's a full-grown man with all the proper equipment. He's anatomically correct, and he's now a winner.
All right. Hey, and would you like to live to be 100 years old?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they had a big survey where they talked to a lot of people who are 100 and over, and they'll tell you exactly what they did and give you some advice on how to live to be at least 100 years old.
It's so funny you mention that, because the story I have right here is the very same story. I pulled that story.
Somehow I knew you
I
would,
had no idea that you were going to bring that one, but I brought that one for the ride today. All right, something else we got to do. Kicking things off with Too Tough Trivia, which we always do. 3 questions are usually pretty tough, and then at the end of the broadcast or podcast, we give you the answers to Too Tough Trivia.
Yeah, it's just that simple. Let's get it on, shall we? Head scratcher number 1. The first person to show their belly button on television was...
I want to say I Dream of Jeannie, but I know that's not, because she was the one who was told, you can't show your belly button. So was it Cher?
Well, you'll find out a little bit later on.
Okay.
All right. Co-founder of Apple, that's Ronald Wayne. You never heard of this guy, but he was a co-founder of Apple. He sold his stake. It was a 10% stake for $800.
You know what? I did hear about that guy.
How much would it be worth today?
Oh.
If he had kept it, how much money would he have today? You'll be surprised.
I bet he'd have enough money to buy 2 iPhones if he had.
And finally, what movie is responsible for advertising during the Super Bowl? This movie started it, big hit. A whole bunch of other companies decided to jump on board, and they started advertising their movies during the Super Bowl as well. But this movie was the very first.
I'm going to say Die Hard.
You can say it all day long.
But it's not right.
Yeah, it's not going to make that.
All right, very good. Anyway, those are your 3 Too Tough Trivia questions. At the end of the podcast, Ron will share the winning answers.
All right. And I only have one thing to say, because I know you get concerned about my soapbox, because I do get passionate about a lot of things.
Sure.
But there was one little girl, and I can say this is not me, this is this little girl, when asked about the Kavanaugh thing and the FBI investigating, and she said, he's going to have that job for life? Well, shouldn't we get an opportunity to examine his life?
That's a good question.
And
How old was this girl?
7, 8, something like that.
Oh, really? That young?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to watch the news these days. You get everyone's different opinion, and they have, what have you. I'm not going to get into it, because everybody has their own mind to make up, and I'm not going to try to sway you one way or the other. But this little child said, if you have a job for life, shouldn't we have the right to examine your life?
I got you.
So, anyway, Hey, moving on, shall we? You want to get to be 100 right now?
Yeah, I want to get to the 100-year-old deal so that everybody checking out the podcast will maybe start taking steps in the right direction to become 100 plus years old.
Yeah, okay.
I want to live to be 150. Is that asking too much?
Well, you can live to be 150 if your body, cooperates. Now, you can be, 150 years old lying in bed with an oxygen mask.
Yeah, with tubes in every orifice.
Yeah, that'll be no
No,
problem.
that's not.
And
Or
the
you
nurse
can
coming in to change your pants.
Right, genetics play a big role in this because when you think about it, if you're 30 years old and you have a heart attack and drop dead, or you develop some sort of cancerous situation in your body, well, all of a sudden Father Time's caught up with you.
Yeah. Or maybe you can't talk. Maybe you can't hear. Maybe you're blind, or all three.
Wow.
Yeah. But you're still alive. That's something about it.
Well, so tell me now.
You got to be healthy. You have. If you're going to live that long, you need to be healthy enough to enjoy it.
Okay, how do you live to be 100 years old?
Well, they did a survey of a number of people who were 100 or older, and they came up with their own opinions. And remember, this is their opinion, and it's all right because they're still alive.
Okay.
29% said ignore traditional advice about your diet.
But I have a hard time with that because they keep saying, eat 6 helpings of vegetables and fruits each day. Make sure you drink plenty of water, and avoid fried food.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
The next one says 25% say eat healthy.
Oh, okay. So it's almost half and half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. 22% say stay active.
I agree with that one. If you're active, if you're moving, you got your blood circulating. If you're on a treadmill, an elliptical, if you're out running, walking, or whatever, all that movement helps. I think that flexibility and circulatory.
You got muscles all over your
I
body.
saw.
Keep them exercise. Keep them, toned.
Man, we're starting to sound like people in the medical profession.
Or trying to be 100. 18% say stay positive.
That's
Tough these days, folks, but we can do it.
Try to stay positive.
All right. 16% say drink alcohol regularly.
I'm in.
All right. Wait. I'm looking at 200 right now. 12% say don't drink too much and stop smoking.
The stop smoking part is probably I would have to agree. That's a big
I say
part of it.
I say the same thing. Except I see some of these older folks with a pipe. I've seen someone sitting there with a pipe, and I said, "Gee."
And how about 75-year-old Keith Richards, who's going to outlive all of us? And he's got a girt, and he's hacking on one every time you see him. For God's sakes.
10% say maintain a good relationship.
Okay.
We have a good relationship, I guess.
Pretty much so.
And I don't know if they mean with friends or with your wife or whatever, but a girlfriend. If your wife, divorce her. 9% say a good night's sleep. I'm dead because I don't get a good night's sleep. I
never do either. And sleep is so important.
Yeah. 9% say have faith, and 9% say be nice to people.
Man, I'll live forever. I'm always nice to everybody.
You know what, folks? I will say this: of all the things that have happened to us, trust me, it's been a lot. Jack still has a very positive attitude about a lot of things, and you treat people nicely. Me, I try to do that, but you seem to be taking the lead on that.
I try. I do my best. It's you can only do the best you can to try to make people feel comfortable, welcome, and whatever. Well, there was a guy the other day. I was at the store. Man, he was just like he looked like the grouchiest, just frown on his face and everything. I said, "Hey," I was walking by him. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He goes, "All right." I said, "Oh, having a good day?" He goes, "No, it's an awful day." I said, "Man, we all have those." And the next thing I know, I'm carrying on a conversation, and I said something that made him laugh. And I thought, man, I made that dude smile. So see, be nice to people.
Yeah, come follow me around, keep me smiling all day, would you? Now, I understand that you have a granddaughter. I say I understand it because I do know it.
Yeah.
I saw
2-year-old Livia.
Yeah.
That's her name.
I saw this. You know how long and how much money, I know you know how long, but how much money it takes to raise a kid now to age 18?
I'm going to guess probably $200 and some $1,000. It's got to be over 200.
Are you looking at my notes over here?
No.
$230,000 to raise a child to the age of 18.
Yeah. You guys got to think about that. I mean, if you're a young person, or even if you're not that young and you're, thinking of having a baby, you're married, and you're thinking, hey, it's time to start a family.
Or maybe you're just getting ready to have sex.
Yeah.
There's the planned, and then there's the unplanned.
Think
Yeah.
what it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
You know,
$230,000.
that
man.
50-cent condom can save you a ton of money in the long run.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
All right. Did
We
your
gotta-
phone go off yesterday?
Oh, yeah, for the alert?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they had a number of people talking about they never got the message.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
A number of people didn't get the alert message, and everybody I knew got it because I was with a number of people, and everybody's phone went off with the big alert. What was that alert supposed to be? A
Supposed to be
presidential?
a presidential alert. This is when the president can send a message out, and it's supposed to be for a big alert, big tragedy or whatever the case
Okay.
may be. And
I have
and
a
can
feeling.
send something out to everybody in America. Now he can do that over the phone, but eventually television they'll be able to do that as well. And I'm just saying, I'm hoping one night he doesn't say, you know what?
Well, I'm thinking, okay, because there's some people probably don't follow him on Twitter, and then, so they're missing his Twitter.
I'm one.
They're missing his tweets. So now he's thinking, heck, I'll just go ahead and send it to everybody in America on their phone. But
Oh, well,
we'll see. But it's supposed to be for very important.
Yeah, we'll see how it works
Okay.
out until somebody starts, putting in their personal opinion.
All right, we're going to get to the email?
As a matter of fact, we are getting ready to the email. A lot of people will go ahead and contact us, and they say, Jack and Ron, you guys are wise beyond your years. I have a problem. Can you help me? And the answer, of course, is yeah.
We'll give it a
All
shot.
right. Dear Jack and Ron, I found out my wife had sex with my friend about 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Should I ask my wife about it or sweep it under the rug?
Oh, it's 40 years ago, yeah.
man. Is she mentioning it? Is he still your friend? Is he coming over? Is she asking that he come over? Does she ask about? Yeah, sweep it under the rug.
And maybe the bigger question is, were you married 40 years ago when she had sex with your friend? If it was prior to your marriage, who cares?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, if that friend is coming over all the time,
Oh,
and it's a secret just between those two. Yeah. I might feel kind of funny about that. I need to know. Question 2, dear Jack and Ron, I'm 41 with 2 adult kids. I've been dating a woman with 2 kids, 10 and 4. I'm having a hard time accepting starting over, raising kids. How does it work? Well, get ready, my friend, because in any relationship, if things were reversed, it's the kids, then you. So if you expect her to put you first, forget about it. It's always going to be the kids, then you. So if you can handle that, and you've been dating her for a while, you dig on her, that's fine. But just be realistic about your situation. You're not going to be number one. You won't be number one.
As a rule, I had my own little set of rules when I was a single young man. I would never date anybody who had kids. I just did. It was, and some people,
man,
yeah,
really?
I know. And some people would condemn me or say, gee, why? What's wrong with somebody who has kids? Nothing's wrong with it. Just that I don't want the responsibility of taking on somebody's children and helping to raise them.
And
I think I think that's fair.
Not even one child?
No.
See, let me tell you something. A lot of times, that child is bringing a lot of baggage because there was no man in their life.
Sure.
You, my friend, you could be the difference maker. You could put your arms around that child and show them the right path. You could do that.
I could.
Yeah, you could do
I
that.
just never did. Okay, very good. All right, here's something we wanted to feature this report for you today. It's pretty interesting with what's going on in the country right now with the Me Too movement and all. This is a news story. This is a reporter giving, I guess, the basic facts about a guy named Dr. Michael Dick. Just listen to this
Dr.
report.
Dick?
Dr. Dick.
Another woman is claiming her former doctor, Michael Dick, took advantage of her during a medical examination in his office. The female patient claims Dr. Dick touched her breasts and abdomen area. Another woman also says Dr. Dick kissed her on the lips and required her to remove all of her clothing during an appointment. Dr. Dick pleaded guilty in this harassment case as well in order to appeal it. A Decatur municipal judge convicted the physician of harassment of another one of his female patients. In that case, the woman said Dr. Dick grabbed her face, told her she was beautiful, and got close enough she thought he would kiss her. Dick testified touching patients' faces and complimenting them as part of his exam. The judge reminded Dr. Dick he took an oath not to harm, and he didn't live up to that in these cases.
Okay, the most important part of this whole thing is this guy's a doctor specializing in arthritis. So, arthritis.
You know what this reminds me of? The doctor that was advising and was a doctor to all of the Olympic stars.
Oh, yeah.
And going, and he had, good God, I don't know how many women that he, touched improperly.
He was competing with Bill Cosby to get the most number, I guess.
Ooh, got a story about Bill Cosby,
Oh,
too.
boy, got one of those coming
I
up,
will
too.
say this. He's already been assaulted in prison. Got the story for you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And he can't identify the guy because he's blind now, Bill Cosby is. He can't see, right? Let
me tell you, I saw him walking out of court a number of times, and he turned to somebody and waved. Now, he may have been waving at the voice that it came from there, but
Right.
but the look on his face, especially with the smile, I'm saying, you know what? Maybe you can barely see. No, I don't think you're blind. I think maybe you can just barely see. We'll
All right,
find out.
here's what we got to do. We got to do one of Jack and Ron's exclusives. One of the exclusive things we've done for years and years.
Yep.
News of the I'll be damned. Here's one for you. Medical case just published in the Retinal Cases and Brief Reports. Retinal, your eyes. It's about a 31-year-old guy from New York. He ordered generic Viagra off the internet. Did so last year. And then he took way too much. I've always thought there could never be too much of that. But anyway, he started having a hard time seeing his vision. So after 2 days of flashing lights and having everything look like it was tinted red, the guy went to urgent care. And the doctors found he had permanently damaged his retinas with all that Viagra.
Ooh.
Now it's a year later and the doctors still haven't figured out a cure for the problem. But before you freak out about taking Viagra, the doctors say it's the first case where it's caused any permanent eye damage. So only use it if you have a prescription and don't overdo it, guys.
Now, what is overdoing it?
I don't know.
I mean, we're two different people. My dosage may be higher than yours or vice versa. So how much is too much? 1, 2? Well, first of all, you're getting that crap out online. I don't know if I want to.
You're buying that stuff that's being shipped in from India.
Yeah, I don't know if I want any Viagra, online. But how much is too much? 100 milligrams? 50, 20, 10?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, yeah, because I don't know. They come. I've never seen them, but they're in a capsule or a pill form.
The ones off the online?
I don't know.
I don't know anything about the ones online, but I do know the others are little pills.
Okay.
Little blue pills.
And do they come in different milligrams or whatever?
Yes,
Okay.
they do. Yes,
Wow.
they do. You can. I guess it depends on how much it works or doesn't work. You can ask the doctor to increase your dosage.
Well, I guess this guy just went a little overboard, and now his vision has been affected in a negative way.
Oh well, at least he has a walking stick.
All right, hey guys, we hope you're going ahead and sharing this podcast with others because we video the podcast, and we'd love you to take and go ahead and share this with all of your friends, loved ones, and enemies. And in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. Be right back.